Hello, it's Valerie of Val Reads, and welcome to another Friday Reads video where I'll be telling you a little bit about what's been going on in my life recently, and of course I will be telling you about the books I am currently reading. So right off the bat, a big announcement is that I am currently working in a bookstore. So I'm a bookseller, which is really cool. I've worked with or around books before. If you didn't know, I worked in a library for 5.5 years, but I quit in the summertime because, 5.5 years of the same thing isn't always ideal. So I started applying to other jobs. I got a retail job in a small boutique, which I am still at, and I absolutely love that job. And now I'm working a second retail job at a bookstore, and I really love working retail, and I think it's just mostly customer service that I love, giving that hands-on customer service to people who just want a recommendation or just want a reason to smile that day. I am there to help out, and it's been really great. Yesterday was just my third day at the bookstore, and I can already tell that it's going to be a great place to work. I had an older woman come in looking to buy some Captain Underpants novels, and we were just going through all the different titles and laughing, and it was just a really fun time because I used to love Captain Underpants as a kid. And a woman came in looking for recommendations for books to buy for her lesbian daughter, which was so great, and I was just having so much fun and putting so much effort into finding the best book for her to give to her daughter, and it was just a good time. And I need to thank you guys for putting out content and reading books that I will probably never read and talking about them, because I can already tell just in my first week that YouTube and BookTube as a whole is going to help me so much with recommending books that are sort of outside of my comfort zone. I feel like I'm sitting on a goldmine of information because I've watched so much BookTube in my life, and I just have sucked in all this knowledge that I didn't realize I could just quickly tap into and give to a customer and help them out with something. So thank you very much for reading books that I don't want to read, and thank you for being such great reviewers and giving me such great information and the tools to help people. You've actually helped me probably land this job and hopefully do well at it in the future. So thanks for doing BookTube. I appreciate you. But on to what I am reading. I just finished about an hour ago Carmilla by J. Sheridan Le Fanu. This is just a Victorian novella about a lesbian vampire. She is just a pretty vampire that preys on young girls. Pretty straightforward. I didn't think it was anything mind-blowing, of course, but it did come out a good 20 plus years before Dracula, which is really cool. So yeah, I read it. I laughed because I'm just like, oh my god, this is so gay and so good. And I can't believe it came out in 1872. Good job, Le Fanu. But yeah, I thought it was just a fine, fun little gothic novella, and I highly recommend it if you just want that sort of thing in your life. Since I just finished that, I need to decide what to read next. I am 175 pages into Alias Grace by Margaret Atwood. I started this several weeks ago and just was sort of intimidated by its size, so I just haven't been really digging into it as much lately. I've just been favoring shorter books that I can actually get through, but I think I'm gonna try to start getting back into this and tackle it. But since I need more spooky Halloween content in my life, I am hoping to pick up The Witches of New York by Amy McKay. Amy McKay is a Canadian author, and this is about witches in New York, and I picked this up when I was on my trip to Boston in August, and then right after being in Boston I went to Salem. So of course, being in Salem and learning about the Salem witch trials, I really want to read some witchy stuff, so hopefully I can pick this up. But this one's a chunker too. It's 500 pages, and I don't know, I'll probably be bringing this to England when I go later this week. I'm gonna be heading over to England, so I'll be there over Halloween and my birthday, which is in the first week of November. So that's gonna be fun and cool, and yeah. And of course, since I have some chunky books to get through, I did want to read The Loved One by Evelyn Waugh. This is just about funeral practices, which sounds really fun. And the back really intrigued me. Just sometimes you read something in a blurb and you're like, that's gonna be good, hopefully. And the lines that I read that really drew me in were, as moving as death itself, a triumph of barbed flippancy. And if barbed flippancy doesn't describe the exact type of humor and tone that I like in a book, I don't know what does. I love just a good biting, sort of frilly, silly sort of humor. So hopefully this will be good. I have read Bridesheads Revisited by Evelyn Waugh and wasn't super into it, but since this is so short, it won't hurt me if I don't like it that much. And finally, the last book that I plan on reading for this Halloween season, I'm probably going to bring it, or at least listen to it while I am in England, is Dracula. I'm gonna try to tackle it this year. I've owned this copy for several years, but I think I'm going to listen to an audiobook version. I know that there is a version that has a cast of voice actors playing all different characters, since this is an epistolary novel, so I think I'm just gonna go for the audiobook. That's what I normally do for chunky classics anyway. Like, I listen to Moby Dick on audio, so hopefully on the plane when I cannot sleep during my 10 p.m. flight, I will try to listen to this. So yeah, this is sort of my Halloween TBR currently reading type thing. Let me know if you've read any of these or plan to read any of them. Let me know what you think of Dracula. Is it even worth my time? I don't know. Just say the word and I'll get rid of it, maybe. But yes, that is how my life is going right now, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great weekend. Okay, bye!